Howdy, folks. How are we? Hope we're all good. Just give me a moment while I set up this stuff. Um, but yeah, how are we? How are we? The mouse just blinked at me, so I'm going to guess we're running out of battery. Not the best start to a stream, but it is what it is. So I think first and foremost, I hope everyone's okay. Everyone's surviving the storms that have hit the UK, and we're all vibing. We're all good. Just quickly setting up a few little bits and pieces. I'm live. Not that's not in English, Daryl. That is not in English. I am doing horrendously. I am doing horrendously. I want to copy that because I want to just plagiarize it. Put me everywhere. I love the little backing. It's lovely. It's lovely. So, right, before we dive into the games and such, a quick shout out to the podcast I released yesterday, which was cool as. It's good to get episode 4 out in the open. And yeah, we'll just see what happens from there, I suppose. I will see what happens from there. But first, dislike on the podcast. How are you? Are you good? Are you bad? Are you both? Are we all free? How's things going? How is things going? I'm trying to find something and I can't find it for the life of me. Nope, that one. That should do it, I think. So yeah, we survived another storm, which is nice. I was going to do this stream and play some Fortnite, but apparently I can't get it installed. And as much as I'm trying to figure it out, it's just not happening. So, such is life. Such is life. Apart from that, yeah, just some of the usual stuff. So, we're going to play a bit of Planet Coaster again. Just to see how we go. Distinctly remember last time what did I do? I built stuff. Lots of stuff. I built a swimming pool. So I think this time will just continue in that vein of seeing how it's going and what we can do slightly differently just to see what like. Interesting. Just one last little thing to do, and then I'm there. Right, I'm in. So. For anybody that doesn't know, my name's Daryl. I am the host of Just One Word podcast, where basically we exist to raise awareness for mental health. One of the ways you nearly saw something you shouldn't have. One of the ways that I tend to deal with mental health is a game. I also play these instruments behind me. So let's get into some gaming, I think, and to see what happens from there. So you can see the screen. We're going to go back into the franchise. Set up purely for this, the Just One Word. Neverworld was my tester rather than Neverland. So pending edits, but because I'm the only one that plays in it, it's all good. So we will connect and we will go in and we will do some stuff. And so we go. I will very quickly, while I remember, pop the chat because at the moment I can't see anything. There we go. 3 days. So last time, just as a bit of a kind of go over, we did a really stupidly big lazy river, and we did this small wave pool with a couple of slides on it. So at the moment, things are going well. I believe the guests are complaining of hunger and thirst. So I suppose at some point we should maybe see to that. Now, this is the entrance to the park, and obviously I've left a square. And as we develop money, I will develop more of a kind of grander entrance in there. As you can clearly see, we've got all the trees and stuff about. The park is based in Britain. So yeah, let's get into it. So I think the first protocol is, if I can remember where it is, let's get rid of that complaint. The guests are currently tired. They need a wee sit down. So let's generate some benches. Now you can do this off the path when you lay down paths, but I didn't initially think I was going to need them so early on, so I didn't bother. But hey ho, the customer's never wrong. That's what they say. So yeah, just lay a few benches out for now and just see what like from there. They'll probably complain still. Got a couple of sun lounges too. Again, everything looks basic until we keep raising that money, and once we keep raising the money, we'll start experimenting a bit more with what we can and can't do in the game, make things look a bit better. However, I wouldn't mind just doing a wee kind of shaded area over the sun lounges. Yes, I aware they're slightly touching. Yes, I aware they're not in a straight line. I am not neat. So we're just going to go with it for now. They've got some chill area. Fancy. Fancy dancy. So what I think we'll do is, for now, again, let me just move the mic up a little bit. We will probably work on. I don't think there's much more we can do there apart from neaten the joint up. So let's do our second path away from the pool area, and we'll nip more towards some gentle rides, some little rides, and maybe a couple of thrill rides as well. And then hopefully we'll start raking in tons of money, and we can then just decorate like anything and make the place look better than what it does right now. So with that in mind, can I remember what I'm doing? Is always that's the brick in it. Always the first protocol, so we want it to be quite a chunky path to avoid any nope, that is definitely not the right one. Nope, that is not the one we're looking for. Is it the Jazzy Mosaic? Nope. I mean, there's no hard and fast rule. We could use a different path if we really want, but not really for me. So what we want to do, that looks quite nice over there actually. So what we could do is work our way up and around kind of thing, and that way we'll capture a bit of this really nice area which the game is preloaded anyway. So we'll just leave that for now. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Rough and ready, that's what we like to do. So guests can't reach the park entrance, they want to leave. Why can't you reach the park entrance? You can walk. They can walk. They're just being lazy. Anyway, yes, so gently kind of rides just to start building on that. So that'll be in the flat ride section. So I haven't got many. So we've got the teaks, We've got some more teacups. We've got the upswing. I'll tell you what. Let's go into the custom. They're the actually have teacups, the iron claw, and which one was it? The upswing, the Viking boat. So I definitely think the Viking boat would look and probably make more sense to be around here, right? You know, water. You're not liking that though, are you? It'd be quite cool to get something in there, but apparently not. So we'll just pop it. Where should we pop it? Because ideally I do want it in here, but obviously the terrain's not going to let me. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. And that's round, so that's also not going to go in there. So obviously we've got all this big space here, so we'll just have to go here instead. Now, the question is, do I be lazy and do a blueprint? I'm tempted to be honest. Just to make it nice and easy. Nice and easy for us. Will that get rid of the tree? No, it didn't. This ride is inaccessible. Very good. So we need a nice queuing path to go from here. Get an angle snap. Be rebels. Be the rebel. Pop that like that. Looks horrible, but it'll do. It'll do, don't care. It'll do. We'll just pop a nice straightforward exit because, you know, much easier. So the first thing we need to do actually is consider the power. So we're going to need a distributor that we can potentially hide, because it's always good to hide these things. And we'll connect your mains there. So hopefully, yep, that's starting to do its testing well, which is good. So while we're waiting for it to test, let's get some stuff to look at. Some rocks, some foliage, something for everybody. And that's handy because it's not going to paint there. I wonder if there's like a small plants. Yeah, no, it's all over the path. That's just what we wanted. Giving proper Last of Us vibes off here, didn't we? Move you. Move you. Can I scale it out? No, I can't. Pop you there. We'll pop it over there. Yeah. It's almost like it's the Jurassic World. It's not really, though, is it? But hey, just a bit of fun. Bit of housekeeping. Riveting content. Whenever we like to turn on. That'll do for now. That'll do for now. So we've now got the teacups. So that's a good sign. That's a good start anyway. That does now mean we all get some traffic, as you can see. They're starting to make their way down here. I have no idea what the teacups are priced at. Excuse me. But I guess we'll find out. I have no idea what the price are actually. Custom. Bargain. How? Okay. Apparently the bargain price was more than the custom price that was put on it when it got put down. Rip-offs. But hey ho. There you go. So, yeah, we'll get this bit done. That was teacups. We don't want that again. Let's get some Vikinga. Yeah, I mean, it's got fire. I feel like that's a must in any ride. Does it have fire? That is the question. But hey ho. Um, yeah. So we'll add the Q path again. Q path, Q path, Q path, Q path, Q path, 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 path. Where is it? Right, I can do this one. For the exit. It's tested anyway, so that's the main thing. Q. Q's Q. Yeah, that's more like it. Hey, paths cannot cross. But there's donut. That would be right because I put the wrong bit down. Get rid of that. And then we will try again, shall we? Excuse me. Just a full mouth yawn in front of everybody. And there we have it. Nice little Q path. 2 seconds. Just going to turn the heater off that's behind it. It is warm enough in here now. So yeah, we've done a week queue. So once that's finished testing, we'll chuck that on as well. And then hopefully we'll see a bit of a divide between the water area and the flat area. And we'll start milking in some of the cash so we can start doing some little designy bits. Because I'd like to ideally get this kind of square filled today and then take it from there. But we will see. We'll see how we go. We can hide this again. The beauty of hiding things. These power distributors don't require any, as far as I'm aware, they don't require any maintenance anyway. Or do they? They might very well require maintenance. I guess we're all going to find out together. No, come on. Oh, really? That's like. Now you're open. There we go. There we go. And now it looks ugly. Hmm. Apparently, I'm knackered. Imagine that. Imagine that. Right. So, what do we want to be our entrance? That is the question. Well, we don't corrugate steel because that's just boring. Hmm. That's not really in the centre. But then the path isn't in the centre, so. What do we fancy? I don't generally go to theme parks, so I'm not 100% really what to expect. Like what I should build. Because I could build one really big, kind of information esque join us. Actually, that's probably what we should do, right? Do some kind of touristy, entrancey building thing where we could put information booths as like general stuff, and maybe just add some food in that as well. I think that kind of makes sense. So we'll just stamp this in and build on the whole thing. like so. So now we've got a really big path. But the good thing about this currently is that they can walk everywhere. At some point, I'm going to want to stop that because they'll start walking through walls. No, they're not Superman. It's the game mechanics. But we'll give it a bash. So yeah. Do I want a big blue building? Or do we want some nice stone? Go for stone? Go for stone. When in doubt, stone it out. That is not the right thing to say. That was interesting. So, do we want it? How do we want it? Put that like that. Nice big airy space, I think. Okay. So, the basis of some form of structure. Where is the middle of this? Ooh, wrong button. Are we half moon Pac-Man? Just for design sake, I suppose. Might need to change just a bit here. Oh no, it's not poking through. So some columns there. Right. If I was going to do build an information booth, I would probably pop it at this the scenery because we like working on the grid. Pop it there. There. So then if we grab the actual walls, we can close that off. Close that off. Before I forget, let's get the info pads. You're going to power. That's okay. They can go there. Put a gift shop for hats. That's fantastic. And another splash emporium. So we're going to need power, but luckily I built a little moon thing that I obviously meant to build. So we will pop it. I'm saying pop a lot these days. In there. That way nobody can see it. And the whole lot then has power. So we've got this little kind of entrancey thing with a half moon. Because why not? Because why not? There's no staff buildings. Yeah, I should probably get on that at some point because they'll be whinging. So open that lot up just to allow for some information, some hats and some stuff. And now I think we'll just roof it. And that is the start of something anyway. So it's not just a boring open square that we can just look at. How do I want to roof it though? Round edges never make for good roofing, right? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So if we go for that kind of really tall roof up there, are we in banging line? Yeah, I'd say so. I'll need the flat roof for that, but I'm gonna need the corner pieces, and I can't for the life of me remember where those bits are. That could be a problem, right? What is the piece we're using? Aged wood. Aged wood. And we want it as part of corner piece. Almost looks like a pyramid head from Silent Hill. That makes for a pretty roof, apparently. Somewhat different. Right. So now we want this again to go all the way over. Nothing like a bit of peaceful building on a Saturday night. So that's a kind of entrancey like building. We'll just finish the roof. We don't have any. Do we have any flat? Yes, we do. Of course we do. So let's get this up here. Ah. And we might need to just nip inside because I get the feeling that Hoffman's not exactly going to be flush with the roof. Bada bing, bada bing. So a little kind of entrancey, plaza, weird, vibey thing. Scenery. We need to go back to walls. We don't age roof this time. It was, I guess, the first yes I know. We'll take care of that shortly. Is no, because no, because that's breeze block, and we're after stone wall. Stone. Does not look like that. Interesting. Interesting how I see the name unless I typed it in wrong, which, to be fair, could very well be me. That's the one. That's. It just looks weird, doesn't it? But that is definitely the one. It follows the same groove pattern. It's just dark. So if I do yeah, that's not going to poke through the top, is it? Or is it? It might, you know. Yes, it will. Okay, bad call. Bad call. We'll just do the half wall once I eventually figure out how to get back in this bloody building. And then there we go, I think. Uh, where's the wall? Gonna have to go on blind faith that I hit that right, huh? Because I keep getting zapped out the building. I can tell you now, I missed. For now, I'll leave it. For now, I'll leave it. So, got ourselves a wee random building. So let's get some guesty stuff around it. I can't remember what bin I used. Not like it was one of those. Get some bins because guests like to litter, and they do litter indeed. The other side don't need this information. So there we go. And then we'll do some benches. That's what I mean by we have to sort the path at some point soon, because guests are walking through that wall. I love the mechanics on this game. Makes everybody superhuman. Well, mate, like can't even actually play some. Excuse me, play something straight. We'll get the sugar for the scenery brush. We love good scenery brush. Do some small plants around here. Up that intensity. There's maybe too big. Maybe that's the one downside to this scenery brush, because like it's really handy for just brushing and filling where you want to fill, but it is also really irritating because you can't like brush on top of something. So, for example, obviously I've just put this down and we can't actually brush over it. So let's get rid of that because we want trees. We like trees. And apparently, it's just not going to do it there. Huh. All right. Yeah, that didn't work. Hey, a couple extra trees, a couple of greens. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty. Wrong button. So we've got two rides, new riding. We've started to get an entrance. The pools seem to be winning at the moment, which is cool. Staff, before I get a mutiny against me. Staff buildings. Oh, well, we do need to have a mechanics workshop as well. So, since I quite like hiding some of the stuff, I think I'm just going to build a wee staff only path down here. Why can't I build there? Why? Let's get the staff buildings. Done it again on the wrong bit. Pop the mechanics bit. I can doll all this up at a later date. It doesn't need done today. Then we'll do a power distribution. Connected to that node there. All of a sudden we now have a staff and a mechanics workshop, which is handy because that will give us these. So, yeah, just a quick go over. I'm going to try and talk for a bit. I know, boring. And hopefully, install Fortnite. But I need to clean up some stuff first. Right, happy days. So with that, I think Homestead Park is doing alright. I think it's doing alright. So we will save it. And we will quit to the main menu. And you guys will have to put up with my face for a moment. Or for a while anyway. So yeah, just a little tinker there just to get a bit more done on the park, which is handy. Again, just to circle back on what we're about. It's all about mental health. I do this for mental health, as it's an important thing to me to be done. So I think it's important to show coping strategies and coping mechanisms and all that kind of good stuff. And I find it really important just to take time for people to do whatever people need to do. It's quite an important thing. So it's a bit quiet tonight. Going to guess that's down to being a Saturday night and people have got good things on the go. I probably will shut this live down just now while I clean up my computer and that, and I might jump back on if I can get Fortnite to work in the next couple of minutes, and if not, then I won't. But for now, remember how important you are, you matter, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.